I think it's an interesting idea, and it's related to the concept of procrastination. And I think when someone only has, let's say, one thing to do, like let's say you're doing a final year project for college, and you procrastinate on doing that. When you procrastinate on doing that, what do you actually replace it with? Very often it's video games or Netflix or something like that, you know? So I'm not free of procrastination, and I don't think anyone else is. But the difference is that, like I just mentioned there as it relates to the to-do list, when I'm procrastinating, it's generally moving from one thing that is, you know, would be considered a productive task that I don't really feel like doing right now, to another thing that is still a productive task. And like that might sound like, oh, look at this guy, he just doesn't do anything bad. But it still comes from the same place of me saying, oh, I don't feel like doing that assignment right now, but I do have some emails I can do, so that'll make me feel a bit better, and it's a bit easier to do, so I'm going to do that now, you know? Or even saying, you know, I don't feel like doing much this morning. Oh, thank God I have this podcast with Marco. That's a bit easier to do. I'm going to enjoy that, you know? So I think if you can actually start to, and this is definitely going off on a tangent from your question, but if you can kind of build a life in which when you are procrastinating, it's still useful, then that's a great life to have. Like, if your form of procrastinating is reading a book for the purposes of education, or if your form of procrastinating is you going to the gym, again, that's excellent. What you don't want is for your procrastination to just be doing nothing, sitting around, watching YouTube videos that have no substance. You know, that's fine every now and then. But that's really, I think, been one of the biggest differences for me. And I think that that's not something that everyone can necessarily achieve, and because I'm basically working with Triage while also doing a fairly challenging degree, so as a result I know I have a certain amount to do, so it's necessity that I have to get a certain amount done in the day, or else like you fall behind, you know, that's it. It's as simple as that. You know, your clients aren't happy because you haven't done your work, and your grades are shit because you haven't done your study. So there is a necessity component to it as well. So I don't think it's anything inherent to me that makes me special or anything. It's just types of a way of living that I've developed over time because of necessity and because of my choices.